In Ecclesiastes, King Solomon was suffering from success. Reminds me of DJ Khaled. I can almost imagine him writing Ecclesiastes like this. uh, in Ecclesiastes chapter 1, if anyone has read this before, this is such a bummer, such a downer, very depressing writing, but it ends in a good note in the end in Ecclesiastes 12. He says that everything is meaningless, wisdom is meaningless. All of them are meaningless, chasing after the wind. And again, King Solomon is the wisest, the richest, most powerful man in Israel at that time. He's the son of King David. He goes on to say that with much wisdom comes much sorrow. The more knowledge, the more the grief. Pleasures are meaningless in chapter 2. Wisdom and folly are meaningless. The fate of the fool will also overtake me. What then do I gain by being wise? I said to myself, this too is meaningless. In chapter 3, he wrote the famous "A time for everything," a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens, time to be born and a time to die, etc., etc. He's so depressed that he even went on to say in chapter 4, verse 2, and I declared that the dead who had already died are happier than the living who are still alive. So it makes me question myself. David wrote Psalms most of Psalms filled with praises, and we don't get that vibe at all from King Solomon, who is his son, which makes me wonder why. And going back to their origin story, King Solomon is one of at least 19 kids of David. So obviously when Solomon was born, David was older already, adult. He was already the king. And maybe the reason why King Solomon asked for wisdom is when he felt the pressure that his father David was leading so well that he has wisdom. But he must have failed to perceive the heart of David being a worshiper. So I think that's the reason why, instead of asking for a heart like David, he asked for wisdom to lead Israel, because he perceived his dad as a king, not exactly as a dad. 19 kids, you won't have time to spend with your father like that. And so me being a dad, if there's only one thing that I can pass on to Ari, that would be my love for God, my faith for God. But I can't do that. It's not a transferable skill. So at least the most I can do is show that more than teaching, is to show him that I find pleasure, that I love God, that I, like David, sing praises to God, more than theology, more than telling people that they're wrong or I'm right, because that's not the point at all. I study the Bible, I study God to love him more. So that's the point.